Welcome back to Books from a Virgo. I'm Joey, and yes, I know it's been a hot minute since I've made a video. Over a month, in fact. Well, I've had a lot of personal problems, but I'm back and looking like a queen, so she says. Besides that, today we're going to be talking about the new Grishaverse casting announcement. So a few days before the casting was announced, I actually found some of the actors that the producer and people, like the Netflix people, were following, and I was like, yeah, I think I know who Alina is going to be. It's going to be Jessie May Lee. And lo and behold, when the final casting photo came out, which I am going to post somewhere here on the screen, I was correct, and I was so happy about that tweet. If you don't know, I do have a Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. I just got a Reddit, but I'm not sure how much I'm going to use that. Anyway, yes, so I thought that I was on a roll here, and they announced the rest of the cast, which we're going to go through in a second. So we already know Jessie May Lee is Alina, and I'm so happy by this. As a biracial Asian woman, girl, whatever you want to call me, I am so happy by the fact that they're making Alina half Shu and half Ravkin, white Ravkin, I would say. Now I know, I look pretty white, and that is because more than half of me is white. This is kind of a talking point for another video I'll be making soon, but I am 1/4 Korean, and in this, I look very white. However, I feel culturally half Korean because my grandmother, my Korean grandmother, was a very culturally important part of my childhood. She was like a second mother to me. So I feel half, if that makes any sense. Now I know people are going to probably blast me for this, invalidate me for this, but it's my identity. I'm not trying to make myself more POC because I acknowledge that I am white and I look white, but I'm also part Asian, and this is a very important part to me. It's not like I'm claiming, oh yeah, I'm 1/32 Asian, woo woo Asian rep. No, it's not like that. But anyway, so I'm very happy about the fact that Alina is half Asian. I'm very happy with Jessie May Lee playing her. I think she looks exactly how I envisioned Alina to be, besides my mom, because my mom's half, and I was like, you could audition for Alina, and she was like, ha 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 ha. She's actually pretty young compared to how old most parents are when they have kids, but she's actually looks pretty young. So I was like, jokingly, you could audition for Alina, and she was like, no, but that she could have done it. So the next person we have is Archie Renau. I think it's Archie Renau. I don't think you pronounce the X. But yeah, he's playing Mal. This is funny. I made a tweet about this and people seem to like it. And that is that all these Mal haters, and I too am a Mal hater, are totally just going on to the fact that Archie is hot. And they're like, okay, well I guess I can like Mal now. And I am upset about that. There are going to be a bunch of new influx of fans with the show, and in that, we have a problem. Because they're all going to like Mal. And I hate Mal. But that's just my opinion. If you like Mal, live your life. I don't care. You can hate the Darkling, you can hate Nikolai, you can hate any other man or woman in the series. I don't care. But that's just my opinion. So, yes, we have that. We have Archie. And besides that, I think that he's also being half Shu, half Ravkin, or maybe he's just full Shu. I don't actually know. But yes, hot boy. I will acknowledge that he's hot, even if I hate Mal. I'm not going to become a Mal stan because of this. Now we're gonna have the Darkling, and this is what I'm really, really excited about. He's being played by Ben Barnes, and I didn't really know who this guy was. I did know he was an actor. I'd heard of him before. He'd been fan casted a couple times, and I'd heard about him that way. But he also played the Prince in Prince Caspian in The Chronicles of Narnia. So I remember watching that, and I just didn't put the two and two together, but like, oh my god, he's the perfect Darkling. Now, I do have a couple of issues about this, and I addressed this in a Tumblr post, which I will put down below. It kind of has my first impression thoughts before I had time to mull over everything that happened. I posted this immediately, right after the casting. But essentially what I said was that the Darkling being 38, being played by a 38-year-old is a little bit problematic for me if they keep Alina as age 17. I really hope that she ends up being 18 or older in the show. I think that it would have been better if Alina was 18 or older, even in the books, just because it wasn't like she needed to be a teenager at all. There was no reason for her to be a teenager in the books aside from the fact that it was a YA book, YA marketing, YA tropes, all that. But I think that Alina would have been great as just a regular adult, maybe a new adult, right? Anyway, I hope that she's older than 18 because she's going to be kissing the Darkling at some point. And he's being played by a 38-year-old, and I just feel weird watching that on screen. Yeah. I mean, we all know that the Darkling is over 500 years old, but physically looking an age and emotionally being an age, like actually being the age, it's different. So there's that. But other than that, I think Ben Barnes is perfect. I saw his Instagram story where it was him talking about being on set the first day. He had a little eclipse gif in the corner and it was so cute. It was adorable. I am so excited for him to be playing the Darkling, and I think he will do a great job. Besides that, he's a popular actor, and so I think that he will draw a lot of fans to the show, and hopefully because of this, the show will get more seasons, more content, etc. Let's talk about Genya and Zoya. So Zoya, I don't really know that much about her. Sujaya Dasgupta, and I really hope I'm pronouncing her name right, will be playing Zoya. I think that she is beautiful. She's going to be a great Zoya. I don't know that much about the acting skills of any of these actors, so I'm purely going off of looks, but I think that she will be great. I'm excited for her. She doesn't seem to be very well known. This might be her debut. Anyway, I'm really excited. I love Zoya. Although of course I hated her in the original trilogies because we kind of got more of her backstory in King of Scars, so now I understand her more. Besides that, I think that she looks great, she will be great, etc. So then we have Genya being played by Daisy Head. I think that this looks like a great Genya. She's beautiful, which is a necessity for Genya to look beautiful. I thought it was really funny on an article that I saw. It said that she'd be playing a shape-shifting Grisha. Genya is not a shapeshifter. She's a tailor. Get it straight, cowards. She cannot shapeshift her appearance at will. It takes a long, hard work, and she's never changed her appearance. She's just modified it to make her look pretty. Like plastic surgery. We're now going to move on to the Six of Crows characters. First, we're going to talk about Jesper. We have a little bit of a minor problem here, and that is that people are saying that Jesper is too light-skinned. He's being played by Kit Young, and I think that he's a great Jesper, but he is quite light-skinned, and several people were saying that he was darker-skinned in the books, described as darker-skinned. I will point out, however, that his dad is white, and people can say, oh yes, there are dark-skinned biracial people. Yes, there are plenty of examples of that, especially if, you know, the person of color, the mom or the dad, is dark-skinned. That is very true. However, Jesper's mom may have been very dark-skinned. However, his dad is very, very light. His dad is Kalish, which is the equivalent of being Irish. He has red hair, pale skin, freckles, and Jesper also, I'm pretty sure, is described as having freckles. Even if he's not, it's really cute, so I'm gonna forgive them for that. And I do think that they maybe whitewashed it a little, and that's a problem. But overall, I'm happy with Jesper being cast as Kit Young because I think that he looks like he's going to be an amazing Jesper. He's super excited about the role. I think that's adorable. And so I can forgive them for that. But there is something that I may not be able to forgive them about as much, and that is that Nina is being played by Danielle Galligan. I think that Danielle played a small role in Game of Thrones as part of the Stark family. And this noise, I apologize for, outside noise going outside the window. She's not fat, and Nina is fat. We don't have very much fat representation in our media. We don't have it in books, we don't have it in movies, especially not in movies. And the few representation that we do get in books, it's about them being fat. That's the part of the story that's their story. Their story is that they're fat. Just like with POC, it's their story that they're POC. If you're gay, your story is about how you're gay, etc. Things like that. And so that's a problem. And because Nina is fat representation in Six of Crows, there's like casual diversity. Her being a plus-size woman does not have anything to do with the story. It's just that's the way she is. And so it's great having that representation. But she's not being played by a plus-size actress. Now, she is being played by an actress who's curvy and chubby, but not necessarily fat. And I think here's where we have a problem with the fandom and the casting colliding. Because the fandom has always headcanoned Nina to be really fat, not necessarily, that's not a bad thing at all, but they've headcanoned her to be quite plus size. And this is shown in the fan art and everything. But in the books, she's not described as being fat. I mean, I don't think it ever says that word. It actually says that she's curvy, she's chubby, but it never says that. And so Danielle Galligan fits all the traits of the book. So that's where we have the fandom and the actual content of the books colliding, and fans not being sure where that line is actually drawn, where headcanon and canon become one. So there is a problem there, but I do think that Danielle Galligan will be great. I'm happy for her. She's really excited to play Nina. I know people who are very excited for her to be playing Nina. I think she'll do fine. I do think that Hollywood took a very safe choice with both Jesper and Nina, but I do think that they still fit the role, and I don't think that they're being skinny washed or whitewashed in general. Now moving on from there, we have Inej, who is another person of color in Six of Crows, and she was kept to her actual full ethnicity. Now the problem is we don't really know what Inej's ethnicity is in Six of Crows. She is Suli, but we don't really know what Suli is. It's kind of a cross between South Asian ethnicities and like Roma, gypsies. So where does that make her? We don't really know. But in the show, she's being played by, ooh, I forgot. Can you believe I forgot that? She's being played by Amita Suman, and Amita Suman looks exactly like how I imagined Inej, and I'm so happy about that. It makes me so excited. It warms my heart to pieces, and I love it so much. Okay, so then we also have Kaz, and Kaz is also my dream Kaz. Kaz looks exactly like how I imagined him. He's being played by, ooh, why am I not remembering? Freddie Carter. He's being played by Freddie Carter. And Freddie Carter looks exactly like how I imagined Kaz as well. He's already been put in edits. He is literally everyone's dream Kaz. And I've seen him, people have been saying, oh, he would have made a great Alexander Darkling as well, and I agree with that, but he's better as Kaz. He is so excited about the role. He keeps making these silly little puns related to Six of Crows. He's like kind of method acting, but not method acting, because if you were method acting as Kaz, you'd have a problem. But the point is, he's just very excited. He's posting a lot about his role. There's a lot of selfies going on around at this moment, and I'm just so excited. And I apologize for the phone ringing in the background if you can hear that. We also have one more actor who I'm going to neglect to mention because he's just playing Ivan, and Ivan's not that important. No one likes Ivan. Ivan's an asshole. No one likes Ivan. Alright, that's kind of it for this video. I hope that you kind of got something from it. I'm overall very excited about the whole cast in general. I'm very happy. Although I have a few problems, overall I'm very happy. And so I think that it was a win because I was very nervous about the casting, as most fans were. I know that a lot of people in the book community are just book fans in general, and then some people are excited about this are just Christian Rivers fans, and some people are both. I'm one of the people who's both. I have a full Tumblr blog dedicated to mainly two fandoms, which are the Phantom of the Opera and the Christian Rivers, and this just made me very, very happy. I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited. It makes me so ecstatically happy. And that's why I've been talking fast. So if you had to turn down the slowness of this video, I apologize. But that's just the way it is. Alright, that's kind of all for now. Like, give a comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I will see you in my next video. I post Thursdays. Bye!